We made it to the spot. Steph showed us.
I used to come here when I was in like college.
So now, Steph, you're really in this community. You've built a following. You've built a portfolio of work that is fucking incredible. And you know, what do you think is like the next step for you?
The next step for me, well, when I started, I just did it out of fun, something to do with my friends on like our days off. I started to think about what is the next step, or where is this going? Like, am I simply just doing this as a hobby? Am I just a hobbyist photographer? Or can I do more with it? Because up until when I like think in December, like, yeah, I've had quote unquote clients, like I've had people actually pay me money to do this, which was never my intention. Like I never ever planned to say like I want to make X amount of dollars off of it. If I do, cool. If I don't, I'm not going to be upset. It wasn't until, you know, I did a modeling job for DTLR, photographer that I followed for like 2-3 years now. His name is Lewis. He's a senior photographer, like one of the sharpest photographers that I know, and personally know. He asked me like, what do I want to do with photography? And I had no words, because it's like, I never even asked myself that question. Here's somebody who I meet for the first time asking me like, what do I want to do with photography? And
it's a loaded question.
It's a very loaded question, because I was like, I don't know. I just don't know. And I sat on it for like a week and a half. I saw a video from one of his best friends, who's also a photographer. I don't remember what he does for DTLR, but his name is Jerome. He put up a video talking about when he hit that crossroad of like, what is photography for me? Is it just a hobby, or is it for real? And I was like, wow, this video is like coming in at like the most clutch time, because it's like I was just asked a week ago, what am I trying to do with it? And here I am a week and a half later watching a video of one of his best friends talk about how he was once in the position that I am currently sitting at right now while watching this video. So it spoke volumes to me. I was like, wow, like I'm not the only one that's thought this and had to like ponder about this. After I watched that video, it's like I knew then, it's like how I told you before, I have all this momentum. If I don't take advantage of it right now, and March, like right now we're in March, I said, if I had waited till now, to the end of this month, and gone back to nursing school like I was planning to do, I knew this camera was gonna get put down for like 11 months. And like, I would have still created everything that I've created up until this point, but I knew March 28th is gonna come. You gotta get put down for a while, because I have other responsibilities to take care of that are gonna chew up all of my time and then some. And that didn't sit right with me. It didn't sit right with me at all. We don't get time back. We also don't get opportunities back either. Like when there's something right there in front of you, if you don't take it, you best believe that there's a line of people behind you that want that opportunity that's right in front of you, but it's not. Why? Because it's your turn. Like, you know how like they say when you go to college, like you have until a certain date to say if you're going to go to school or not, because if you don't, we're going to give it to the person right next to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, if you don't take this opportunity, guess what? There's another person that is actually waiting for that wants it more than you do. They wouldn't have even thought about it this far. They would have said, oh, it's there, I'm taking it.
It's a beautiful day. I'm about to go link with my friend Stephan and get some behind the scenes action. Ooh, y'all not ready for this.
Stuff over there too.
Look at that view. We about to see the goat in action here.
This picture is great. was the hardest decision ever. Like, I had decided, I had told all of my best friends about it. I told Lewis, who's now my roommate. He's my mentor, one of my closest friends, about it. But I hadn't told my parents about it. So
and then it becomes real. Then there's no going back.
That's when I was like, it's real, but I said it becomes even more real when you tell your parents, when you like tell them, hey, I'm not going back to school. I'm going to pursue photography. I'm mentally prepared for what they were going to say. It's a pipe dream. It's unrealistic. You're not thinking logically. So I feel very good doing it. I feel free doing it. Like, I'm a person who wants to do 50 things in a day and only gets maybe 10 done.
Feel that.
I'm always loud, obnoxious, I'm rowdy, I crack jokes, I'm always laughing.
You have a vibrant personality.
Vibrant personality, or like how my friend Jabri puts it, very magnetic. So I never take time to slow down. And that's what I love about photography, is like, I have to slow down. I have to pay attention to all of these components, like all these separate components that you put together as one. Like all the things that I told you I had no clue what they were 7 months ago, that goes into manual, ISO, aperture, shutter speed. Now it's like, I know what composition is, I know what padding and framing is. Like, it's just getting, not to say complicated, but I didn't know all of these details that go into it. And it's like, I have to slow down even more now. I think the part that I also love is like capturing people and giving them something that like they will love forever. Like they get to see themselves from my point of view.
Absolutely.
My point of view. Like I am capturing your inner and exterior beauty in that moment in time, what you consider your imperfections. And how do we make those imperfections not matter? You know, just don't. Like, I know people go into like Photoshop and they really clean up the face and all that kind of stuff, which is cool. Like, I want to one day learn how to do that, but it's also like not my jam, because I see some edits of people who do work on the face and I was like, I just know that's not what their face looks like.
Yeah.
I just know it doesn't look, or it looks too fixed. And especially in the society and era we live in now, where social media feeds us what they want us to see, what they consider beauty, what they consider to be handsome, what they consider to be attractive, what they consider to be it in this moment. Yeah, it's cool, but that's not something we can all relate to. That's not relative to everyone.
It's not real.
It's not real. If you have imperfections in your face, I want that to be visible. I want people to know I'm going to capture you in your truest form, and you're still going to look amazing.
I feel like you making that decision as the photographer, like saying like this is the art and I'm proud of it, and making the imperfections part of the finished piece. From the artist's perspective, like, you're beautiful with all of your flaws. Like, I feel like that's a really great way to, you know, help people see their inner beauty.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're out here at the second location. Look at Steph in action. We got a great model today.
Yes, ma'am. Hey guys, how you doing? My name's Will. I've been modeling for about 9 months. Just done it because modeling just opens up the creative side of myself. It's like, for me, it's like doing poetry, but like within your own human movements. So hopefully I get to be able to work with, you know, big companies like Nike, you know, guys like maybe even Dolce & Gabbana if I'm lucky enough. But listen, I just love being able to do this, so it's a pleasure doing this.
Feel good, I already know the work is going to be dope.
That's facts. So, you know, us creatives, there's always gears turning, 1,000 things going on in our minds, and, you know, to the average person, sometimes it's not always easy to understand what these processes that our thoughts are going through, but you know, creatives seem to resonate with each other in that way. And so what's one crazy thing that you do that photography has shown you as a creative?
Okay. So I'll tell you this. The reason, one of the kinds of photography that I love is streetwear fashion, or fashion photography in general, sneaker photography, product photography. So I've always loved having my pictures taken, because I like to think that I'm very fashionable and know how to dress.
Oh yeah.
So my page was always tailored about like how I dressed, how I looked, and whatever that case may be. So I've been able to marry photography, which I love, fashion, something else that I love, and put them together. Like now I get to show you not just my fits, I get to show you everyone else's fits, because there are different styles. I don't know if it would be weird, but one thing I always do is like, I always got to make sure I have a fit on before I go out and shoot.
Oh yeah.
It could be like something like what I'm wearing today, or it could be like a very calm, casual fit that is very picture worthy, that is worthy to go up on my page. So one thing I always do is like, either the day of or the day before, I was like, I got to pick the fit that I'm going to wear to my shoot the next day or that same day. If I look good, I feel good, then I'm going to shoot very good that day.
There it is.
It's, for me, it's all about the confidence. You know, if we don't have that confidence of showing up to a shoot, people can read that.
Oh yeah.
People will just sniff it off you. It's like, he's not confident, or he doesn't respect himself. So people aren't going to take you seriously, and they're not going to trust you. So then you don't do a good job. So that's like one of the weird things I do, because I know we're here to get pictures of you. Best believe when we're done, I'm going to show you how to use the camera. I'm going to put the settings. We're going to find my own location, and you're going to take some pictures of me.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't let a fit go to waste.
Definitely not. Always pulling up with the fashion, you know.
Can't be a fashion photographer and not be fashionable yourself. People reach out to me now, and they'll like literally ask me if I do videos, because what people primarily see are all of the reels I make.
The reels are on another level, honestly.
Thank you. So Lewis was the one who told me you should get into making reels, because that's like Instagram's newest thing. That's what Instagram is pushing at the moment. Now I'm becoming a little bit more structured in how I make my reels. Before it was just like random clips from a shoot, like no transitions, no real like sense of direction, no kick to it, no real like meaning my transitions are hitting at the same time a beat drops in a song, or something that fits what I'm shooting. And people will literally hit me up and be like, do you shoot music videos? And I have to tell people, I'm very honest with people, and I tell them like, listen, I'm a photographer, not a videographer. That's a whole different animal that I have just not began to conquer, because I've yet to perfect this one. I don't know if I'll ever perfect this one, but when I feel like I'm satisfied, or like I know like any given day I can go out and shoot whatever it is that I want, how I want, and I'm gonna edit it how I want. Okay, now I can kind of let me go dibble and dab in some videography. The way I've used my reels is to market myself. Hey, I'm out here, I'm going to set place, I'm going here and I'm going there, I'm shooting this person, I'm shooting that person. I want people to see that. I use it as a way for people to see that I'm out here. You know, I'm just beginning, but I'm out here and I'm shooting.
You out here.
Oh, I'm out here. You know, I tell my best friends, it's like, I don't know how I'm coming, but I'm coming.
I'm coming in hot.
Yeah, like the one song says, I'm coming in hot. But, you know, that's why I said, like, you got to be multifaceted, because I strictly was using that as a marketing standpoint, letting people know, like, hey, I'm here, you know, maybe you don't need my services, but maybe somebody you know does, and right now, in the immediate future, or in 6 months, who knows?
somehow ended up right at the spot where it all began. I love these full circle moments.
This is actually probably one of the coolest things that ever happened on this journey. Saturday night, I was in the city. Like, I was going to Westchester. I was taking the train to Westchester to be with my aunt. I got off at 8th and Market, and I'm walking to Jefferson Station. It was like, I don't know, 2-3 blocks away. I had taken my mask off, had all my bags. I had my camera with me, but my camera wasn't visible. That was the day I had posted the reel that I made at Ray Street Pier. You know, that one blew up. It had like, I don't know, like 14,000 views at the time.
Crazy.
A couple stops me in the middle of the street. Well, not in the middle of the street, like on the sidewalk. They're like, "Hey, you're that guy." I'm like, "What? What guy?" I need a little. I was like, "What guy? Who are we talking about?" They go on their phone, open IG, pull up my IG.
No way.
And they said, "You're this guy, right? You're the photographer. You're the one who made this video, right?" And I was so dumbfounded.
Wow.
That I was like, somebody recognized me. Like, I'm just walking down the street. I said I felt famous for a second because, like, I had just made that video that morning and I posted it, I don't even know, like 2-3 in the afternoon. 7-8 o'clock at night, a couple stops me like, "You're that photographer that does the reels and is out shooting." And I was like, I'm pretty sure they must have like scrolled through my page to see me, because recently, like, I haven't posted content of myself. It's just been all content that I've made for other people. But I was just like, that was such a cool moment. Like, wow, like, people actually, I don't even know who they are, but people have actually seen my stuff and they were able to recognize me at 8 o'clock at night and know, like, you're the photographer.
That's incredible. What a full circle moment. Wow.
Yes, 7 months ago, 8 months ago. None of this of what I'm doing right now was ever a part of the plan. So it's been exciting, humbling, difficult, but, you know, nothing has felt as good as this, because I tell people all the time, like, when you work with me, you're getting a piece of me. You're getting a piece of what I see. You're getting a piece of what I feel. I'm giving you me in this moment, and you're gonna hold it forever. I want you to remember, when you look at these pictures, Stephan took these pictures, or visualize Steph took these pictures. I want you to remember when we stood out in the cold and we froze our asses off to get these pictures. I want you to remember that. You know, one thing one of my older homies told me, you know, wealth comes in many different ways, not necessarily money, not financially. Wealth for us is knowing we can wake up every day, we're healthy, we're good people, we do the right things. We try. He always preached to me, everything is about impact, legacy. What are people going to remember you by? So I always think of that, like, all those things I just listed, that's wealth for me. I just did something out of pure enjoyment, and it's become so much more. Like, I always tell my aunt, like, her little camera was an XTI Rebel, little baby thing. I told her, I said, you have no idea what your little hand-me-down camera has done for me. Because, like, now I have this. This thing has taken my work to a different level. But I said, little hand-me-down camera has become so much for me. I still have it. She's like, take care of it for me. I said, oh, I'm going to take care of it.
Well, at this point, it's special.
This point is special. I said, if it hadn't been for me asking you to lend me that camera, if I hadn't had a camera to get lended to me, I would have never done anything with this. Since, like, that little camera has created so much legacy for me so far, where I can say, like, I have mentees. Some of my best friends are photographers. I've done a proposal. I've done work for small businesses, like 2 little small clothing lines. I've done work for a friend from college who has a watch line. So it's like all from a hand-me-down camera. I've been able to create all of this work, all of this opportunity.
A whole community you've been able to build.
A whole community I've been able to build. Like, I will never be able to thank my friends enough.
Recording for season 1. The world is yours.
What is it again?
Electric Vision.
Electric Vision.